Hello, I'm Nan Graham, Frank's very, very, very lucky editor. One day in the spring of 1995, when Frank was 64 years old, I got a call from Molly Friedrich. "I hear you're pregnant," she said. "I hear you're converting to Catholicism. I hear you're not getting married. I have just the book for you." "Then don't send it to anyone else," I said. And over to Scribner in a box came the first 159 pages of Angela's Ashes, and we responded with alacrity. We read the pages that night. We fell in love with this triumphant story of hunger and poverty and the Limerick damp. We were hell-bent on publishing Angela's Ashes, but we had two questions. When would Frank finish the book? And did this sexagenarian retired schoolteacher have the stamina for a 2-week book tour? We wanted to meet this Frank McCourt. A few days later, Frank came into the office all wry and sparkly and dapper in his pale blue shirt. He laughed at our question about the 2-week book tour. 6 times a day, 5 days a week. I kept the attention of 35 teenagers with hormones raging who did not want to be in the classroom, Frank said. Yes, he had the stamina for a 15-year book tour. The delivery date, Jonathan Swift's birthday, said Frank, the first of many anniversaries and saints' days he would teach us. On Swift's birthday, November 30th, Frank appeared with the remaining pages of Angela's Ashes, and we at Scribner had only one true job to do thereafter: get the pages, get the advanced readers' copies, get the books into the hands of as many readers as possible, because from then on, Frank would do the seducing. I sent the manuscript to 7 people for jacket blurbs and got 8. The New Yorker read Angela's Ashes and wanted an excerpt. The New York Times Magazine read it and wanted to know what happened to Frank McCourt after the age of 19, and there he was on the cover of the magazine, the Shawnee. Molly included one other document along with those first 159 pages of Angela's Ashes. It was a New York Times Vows column about the wedding of Frank McCourt and Ellen Fry in Milford, Pennsylvania, where he'd written Angela's Ashes. We fell in love with Ellen too, but not until recently did I truly understand that it was Ellen who urged Frank to write, Ellen who insisted that he transform his gift of the gab into the dazzling, humane, inimitable voice on the page. Frank didn't stop at Angela's Ashes. Mega Mick of the moment, he called himself, and laughed. Big shot. He could have rested on all those laurels: the awards, the 26 foreign publishers, the front page reviews, the Pulitzer. But he had become a writer. He went to his desk, he wrote every day, or nearly. One morning 4 years ago, he came into the office and we sat for 8 hours restructuring the pages of Teacher Man. Frank's leg was bandaged after his first operation for melanoma, and he was resting it on an upturned trash can. His broken right wrist, the benign dog Rory had tripped him, was in a sling. Show some mercy for this man, I thought to myself. But Frank would have none of it. The third book would be finished. He would go on defying that other great Scribner author, F. Scott Fitzgerald. He would have one of the greatest second acts in American life. Stock your mind, says Mr. O'Halloran at the Leamy School in Limerick. It is your house of treasure, and no one in the world can interfere with it. You might be poor, your shoes might be broken, but your mind is a palace. 'Tis.
Good evening. My name is Colin McCann, and what's that? Oh, this is first. This is first. Do you want to take that? Apparently, we're doing this.
This is an Irish event, not a German event, so we're a little confused on logistics. So, you're saying that, yeah. Now tell me I brought out the wrong page. No. One of the fruits of Frank's successes was world travel with Ellen. Here to take us on a whirlwind review of those travels is Tony Award winner Jim Norton, who will be accompanied by pianist Lanny Myers. Thank you.
Well, that took me by surprise. I didn't think that this was the order of the show. However, I'm here, and Connor, are you ready up there?
If you were to put a map of the world on the wall and stick a pin, that part of Tis was written there. I wrote it on ships, trains, planes, airport lounges, sitting in the toilet seats here and there. So Angela's Ashes was written in a fairly serene stretch of time in a little house in Pennsylvania. Tis was written everywhere.